Hello everyone, this is Remlace from 40k Theories, and welcome to the September 2021 edition of the Patreon Q&A sessions. As always, if you would like your questions answered, then click the link in the video description below and help support the channel by becoming a patron. Now, let's jump into the questions. Judgment asks, has there ever been any cases of an Inquisitor being a part of two different Ordos? Not that I'm aware of. I vaguely recall an instance of Inquisitors being able to move between Ordos, but not necessarily be part of two different Ordos at the same time. Though I could be wrong, so if anyone does know for certain, leave a comment below. Griffin and Might asks, are you looking forward to Shooter's Blood and Teeth and Chaos Gate Demon Hunters? I am indeed. Shooter's Blood and Teeth especially looks really fun. It looks just like, a good old Metal Slug game, which is just great. If the Omnicopia were found and all the lost STCs recovered, would the Mechanicus ever try to innovate since all other lost technology had been found, or would that not even be necessary? I don't really think you can really apply this as a blanket question to the Mechanicus as a whole. Because while you will get some, conservative elements within the Mechanicus saying no innovation allowed, you will also get some elements within the Mechanicus saying, hey, let's innovate because, it shows, the glory of the machine god through that means. So, to be honest, some members of the Mechanicus will try to innovate regardless, whereas some others will say, no, that's heresy, bang bang. Considering how abhumans are treated in the Imperium, could there be abhuman commissars? To be honest, I find it extremely unlikely, especially since commissars are picked out at the Schola Progenium, which are basically schools run by the Ecclesiarchy, and the Ecclesiarchy generally views abhumans with disdain. Like, some members of the Ecclesiarchy just view abhumans as nothing more than mutants. So, an abhuman commissar, I don't see that happening at all. Matthew asks, if the Primarchs found the Angel and without realising it managed to talk to it, what would be the two groups' opinion of each other and what would they say to each other? Well, I have no idea what they'd say to each other. I imagine that the Angel would share some sense of kinship with Sanguinius because, hey, they both got wings. If the Primarchs ever did find the Angel though, that's going to raise a whole bunch of questions because they're probably going to go, hey Dad, why didn't you tell us about, our oldest brother kind of thing? Needless to say, it probably won't go down well at the Imperial Palace. Voice of the Emperor asks, what happens if the Emperor doesn't get his daily soul sacrifice, even if it's for a single day? Nobody knows, and nobody wants to risk finding out. Are melter charges basically explosive thermite charges? No, melter charges work on, subatomic fusion, at least according to the Imperium Unitorum manual, whereas some descriptions of melter weaponry view it as being effectively kind of like a microwave gun in a way, but with melter charges specifically, it is described as being a miniature fusion reaction. Did you ever play Halo for the Xbox? Yes, and I thought it was shit. Come at me! Pendadeus asks, what are the chances of an aspirant becoming a fully fledged Space Marine? This depends on a variety of factors. It depends upon whether his body will accept the gene seed implants, because there are instances where an aspirant does really well in the training, but then their body rejects the gene seed, so it's no, you can't be a Space Marine. You also have to take into account the training regimens of different chapters, because some regimens are a hell of a lot tougher than others. Overall, not high. Overall, you basically need to fulfill a whole shit ton of criteria, and some of which you don't even have any control of whatsoever. Is it possible for a Chaos Marine to find redemption, then have a chapter based off his gene seed? Find redemption? Yes. We've seen this in the story Demon Blood. But have a chapter based off his gene seed? Not very likely because, well, he's a traitor, so that could be tied down to a genetic level, so you don't really want to make a new chapter based on his gene seed because that gene seed might actually be tainted, kind of thing, according to the Administrator. Albion Wildcat asks, everyone seems to ask who Remlace is, but no one seems to ask how he is. Are you holding up okay, especially with the recent channel break you took? I'll be honest, things have been kind of hit and miss. The break did help recharge my batteries a little bit, but there has been some ongoing things IRL which I will not discuss this time. Aside from that, I'm fine. Have you seen any of the new 40k content on Warhammer Plus? I have not. To be honest, from what Warhammer community has said about Warhammer Plus and what programs they have on it and stuff, at this moment in time it's just not worth subscribing to, in my personal opinion. I might end up subscribing down the road for it, just because, this is my job kind of thing. But at this particular point in time, there's just not enough content to make it worthwhile, in my opinion. Your mileage may vary. And finally, Zero Hits asks, what is your favourite piece of technology that the Mechanicus has that they refuse to share or strongly dislike sharing with everyone else? Vorax Battle Automata. We know you got some more in there, Mechanicus. Let's have some rules for them for tabletop and modern day 40k, please. That'll be lovely. And that concludes this edition of the Patreon Q&A sessions. As always, if you would like your questions answered, then click the link in the video description below and help support the channel by becoming a patron. Until next time, this has been Remlace from 40k Theories, and we'll see you again soon. Bye bye!